Hi there. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Angela and I am on a bright line eating journey down more than 50 pounds, about halfway to my goal. I've transformed this YouTube channel to be mostly, actually exclusively weight loss content as part of my bright line eating journey, but I have tips and tricks and life hacks that work for any diet program that you're doing, any health journey that you're on. I know that it took a lot for me mentally to think about doing bright line eating, and I read the book 3 times and I have the cookbook and I watched a lot of videos on YouTube, and I'm a part of the Facebook page, the official bright line eating Facebook page. There's all kinds of things that I have done, but what I found was on YouTube there was not that much YouTube content for specifically bright line eating. So I've decided that I will provide some of that content for those of you who are new to the journey and are looking for inspiration and recipes and tips and all those things. So that's why I'm here. Today I'm showing you what I'm making for breakfast this morning, and I do a lot of splitting of my foods. I know there are people who do like just 6 ounces of banana and 1 ounce of dry oats, and then 1 ounce of whatever, I don't even know, but I myself do a lot of splitting, especially of my proteins and fruits and all that good stuff. So let's get right into what I'm making today. So first I'm going to show you, excuse me, first I'm going to show you my coffee recipe, and sometimes I use regular whole milk, like the organic whole milk, but today I'm using the unsweetened vanilla Ripple pea protein milk, and I'm doing 1/4 cup of my iced coffee. Then I've got my cold brew black, no sugar, because remember on bright line eating, we don't eat sugar or flour. And that's it. So I do iced coffee every morning, and I have 1/4 cup of the milk and 1/4 cup of black coffee. That's just how I personally like my iced coffee in the morning. So what I want to tell you too is, when you split your protein, be mindful of your quantities. You want to make sure that you're getting the exact quantity of proteins or whatever you choose to eat, like make it exact, because that's what we do on bright line eating. So since I did 1/4 cup of this, 8 ounces of milk, whether it's a nut milk, non-dairy milk like this, or a regular dairy milk like from a cow, it's 8 ounces. So since I did 2 ounces, that's 1/4 of a protein, and now I have 3/4 of a protein left. So moving on, that leads us into what I'm packing up for lunch, or not lunch, breakfast. I personally tend to eat my breakfast a little later at like 10 a.m. and then I eat my lunch late at 2 p.m. and then my dinner at 6 p.m. That's the rhythm that has worked for me in my life. So I'm turning on my food scale and I'm going to weigh out, here's my grain, 1 ounce of dried oats. 1 ounce is a grain. All right, did you see what I did? It was 1 1/8 ounce. I can show you. That says 1 ounce exactly. I went a little bit too far over, so I pinched off what is, I pinched off that little extra, because in bright line eating, we're very precise. Now I'm gonna put in a little bit of cinnamon. Then I'm gonna zero out the scale. Now I'm going to do a nut butter. This is I just have whatever nut butter is available. I have all kinds of different nut butters today. This is the Nutzo Peanut Pro Smooth. It's got peanuts, cashews, almonds, Brazil nuts, flax seeds, sunflower, hazelnuts, Celtic sea salt. I don't really care. I'm like peanut butter or almond butter or whatever. This just happened to be on sale at Sprouts, and so I picked it up. And you know how it gets. You got to stir up that oil. You know how a natural, like an almond butter or whatever, they're always goopy and the oil is separated, so you got to stir it up. I kind of did a good job of stirring it up yesterday, but I'm just kind of doing one more stir. All right, so since I had 1/4 of a breakfast protein already, now I'm going to have 3/4 of a breakfast protein. If I didn't have that milk, it would be 2 ounces. But since I've had that 2 ounces of milk, keep in mind the splitting of protein, now I'm going to have 1.5 ounces of this to complete my protein. That's what I mean when I say I split things up. I very rarely do just, the full whatever. I like to split things. I like a little variety in my eating program. Almost there. 1.5 ounces. All right. Here's 1.5 ounces. There you go. So that is the rest of my protein. Now I'm going to mash up 6 ounces of banana, or I'm sorry. I'm gonna combine banana with blueberries to make 6 ounces, because what I have found is that one banana is not usually 6 ounces. I know that the rule on Bright Line Eating is 1 banana or 6 ounces or whatever. I want to eat all of my 6 ounces. Like, I want the full serving of fruit. You know what I mean? So here we go. So I'm gonna zero out the scale again, and then I'm smushing up the banana. I'm gonna mix that all in. All right, so where we are now is 3 7/8. 3 7/8. So that's almost like half of a serving of fruit. You want the full 6 ounces. So I'm gonna supplement with blueberries and see where that gets me. 5 5/8. I'm getting close. 5 3/4. 5 7/8. 6 ounces. There we go. So now I am at 6 ounces of fruit right there. 6 ounces. You see that 6 on the scale? So here's what I'm going to do now. All I'm going to do is stir this up. And I know that this may seem a little unusual. You're like, oh, you don't actually make the oats into oatmeal. When I was new on Bright Line Eating, I did. I ate a lot of oatmeal, like the traditional way you eat oatmeal, where you put in like milk or water, and you microwave it, let it get warm, bulk up, plump up. Lately, I've just been doing this dried oats and nut butter recipes. I will give you a tip that 1 ounce of nut butter is, to me, not enough to make the oats like wet and, cling together. I think that the minimum you have to do is 1.5 ounces of nut butter. And so if you don't drink milk in your coffee like I do in the morning, go for the full 2 ounces of nut butter. That's like a really good amount of liquidy nut butter to kind of bind everything together. You know what? By the way, this is also really good if you put like little clumps of this on parchment paper and freeze it for 30 minutes. It becomes like a little treat almost, like little, cookies, no-bake cookies, if you will. But for me, I'm just like putting this in this Tupperware so I can head into the office and eat it like this. I'm just gonna eat it with a spoon like this. So this is my breakfast. All together, let's review. Just because, again, if you're new on Bright Line Eating, you're like, what is what? So 1/4 cup of milk in my iced coffee is 1/4 of a protein. It's 1/4 of a protein. Then 1.5 ounces of nut butter is the rest of the protein. That's a full combined. Those are a full protein. Then I have 1 ounce of oats, and then 6 ounces of blueberries and banana. That is a perfect breakfast on Bright Line Eating. So that's it. I hope this is helpful. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I upload every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a lot of pop-up videos throughout the week like this. This is a surprise pop-up video. So I've got that Bright Line Eating content for you. Follow me across all social media at Angela Cruz too. By the way, lately I have been on a roll. I'm thinking of all kinds of videos to make for Bright Line Eating. Like, I've got essential oils for weight loss. I'll give you a little sneak peek of that video that's coming. I'm going to talk about how I use, where's a good one? How I use oils like, citrus essential oils to kind of boost my mood and help with appetite. The best one that I have found is peppermint essential oil. That really just is good for my appetite. I basically put it in a little gel capsule that you can get on Amazon. Speaking of Amazon, I have in the description box below a link to my Amazon store that has like meal prep containers that I use, those glass meal prep containers. It's got the Bright Line book. It's got like all kinds of stuff, water bottles that I use. Like, I just basically put in the Amazon store all kinds of recommendations for Bright Line Eating products that I have found to be helpful in my journey. So hopefully you can find them helpful as well. So I've got the essential oil video that I plan to do. I also have a video coming up where I want to talk about the things that my health coach has taught me. My health coach was step 1 in my Bright Line Eating journey, and she was step 1. Then the program Never Binge Again was step 2. Then I took the plunge into Bright Line Eating, step 3, and I finally took the plunge and did it, and I haven't looked back. Down more than 50 pounds, loving the lifestyle. It's amazing. So I've got that content coming up, and if you have any other special requests, let me know. This video was because because yesterday I did a what I eat for dinner video. By the way, in the description box below is a playlist of all of my Bright Lane eating videos. And one person commented, please do more videos like this. And I do remember when I was new to Bright Lane eating, I was desperately looking for inspiration for food, especially quick and easy, like you don't have to think type meals, you know, and that's what this is. Like you just throw it together. As you saw, it came together very quickly. So that's today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for the rest of the week. I got lots more content coming. Love you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.